was 3 years old and my favorite book was a spelling book. Every night at bedtime, Mommy and I repeated a word that I have learned during the day. Gently, she indicated a picture on the page and I proudly pronounced the name of the object. And if I didn't know it, she told me what it was and how it worked. I taught my first words in 2 languages, Ukrainian and Russian, and at the age of 3 finally I learned both alphabets, both composed by 33 letters, sharing 28 of them with only 5 letters completely different. I was convinced that these 5 letters weren't so important because Ukrainians and Russians could create words with the same meaning and almost identical pronunciation with their somewhat different alphabets. I was persuaded that my Ukrainian korova, that means cow, was the same of korova gazing in Russian grassland under the common sun, unique, even if it was named Solnce or Solnce. I grew up with 45 million of Ukrainians being aware that just as 2 languages, Ukrainian and Russian, were very similar, so our cultures were sharing identical meanings and values. My spelling book taught me a lot of words, feeling just a word too difficult, war. Within the page of that book, I could not find war, and even Mommy could not tell me what war means. When I was a child, ignoring how to explain the sense or just the aim of these words. We were used to hear this word on TV news, and it seemed something so far away from us, something that could never touch us, so probably we don't never grasp the real sense or value. I learned the sense of it only 5 years ago, on the 22nd of August in 2014, when Russian troops crossed the eastern borders of Ukraine, following the annexation of Crimea to the Russian Federation. So the war broke out in my country, but what's the war? It's an armed conflict. War is almost the same word in Russian and in Ukrainian language, Vaina and Vina. Margaret Atwood, the Canadian poet and novelist, in her book The Robber Bride, says that the war is what happens when language fails. How could it happen among people that use for it practically the same words? You know, I didn't understand that the most of armed conflicts break out because people use words meaning different things and can't understand each other even using same words, the same very simple words. 5 years ago, I remember these 5 different letters in our 2 alphabets, and I thought that those 5 meaningless letters could have been meaningful, instead just being the reason for all mistakes between Russian and Ukrainian population. Perhaps, I guess, Russian Vaina is not the same thing that the Ukrainian Vina, and please know that on Russian news you will never hear the word war about Donbass, that is rather described like civil conflict between Eastern independence movement and the central government in Kiev. But it doesn't really matter. During these last 5 years, war became a word with a sadly clear and evident meaning for me and all my country. War is Sloviansk, Kramatorsk, Gorlivka, the Donbass, the hardest battles in 2015. Where is Natalia that hopes to see again her son gone to the front when he was only 19? Where is the pain of Olga that lost her brothers in the Baltsev? Where is the tears of little Alexander who will never see his daddy come back home again? Where is the wish and the patience with which Igor studies in cold basement because his school went down with bombs last week? And I'm afraid that does it still exist any language able to express all this pain for what is happening in my country and in such a lot of places around the world? We can say the pain we feel every time we try. Poets, you are the ones who find the words for saying things. So I would like all poets to meet together. I don't know how, online or some other way, but work together, all of you, in order to find a common word, inventing a new common word for peace that applies to our language. In my language, in Ukrainian, peace it's mir, and in Russian it's mir. Imagine a new word, invented properly to be pronounced and understood in the same way by everyone in these words, carved into the wasted walls of Donbass. Imagine this new word, written like a message in a bottle left in the Ukrainian riverbed of Donetsk, following into Russian Don. Thank you.